What's going on, everybody? Listen, today's video is on how can you tell when you're dealing with a narc from the first conversation and every conversation. That's what I'm talking about in this video. So I want you guys to please go to the comments, whether you agree, disagree, or indifferent. This video today, I've watched on the internet, I've looked to see if anybody could tell you how you could tell the difference between a narc and an empath from the first conversation. Well, let's go into it. Let's pull some of the layers back. First thing is when you're communicating with people, no matter who you're communicating with, there is an energy that is related to that communication. When you may get around a vicious dog and you get a vibration from that dog, if he's going to attack you, that dog is going to make it clear what he's about to do, and you're going to feel that vibration. You're going to feel that energy from that exchange. Well, people, the same way you felt that, you will feel when you're dealing with a narcissist or an empath. They're going to tell you something. It's all about feeling the energy. It's all about the energy. If you go out and, you go out and meet somebody, I guess a night out, with the girls or the fellas, whatever, and you meet somebody, you're gonna have a feel when you meet that person, and it's not just gonna be hey, I would love to have sex with this person. Sometimes that's all you're feeling, but you have to be conscious enough to know what you were thinking while you were talking to the person. Because if all you were thinking about was, I can't wait to have sex with this person, then you're just mixing up your own signals. If you're thinking that way, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get that kind of vibration from the person. If that's the only vibe you guys were on, then you have to acknowledge that. That, okay, yeah, we had like a little, it was a sexy little vibe. Yeah, sexy. Remember, that was the vibe. It was a sexy vibe. Vibe. Not I really like this person. They were coming from a really good place. Their energy was great. It felt good. The conversation felt amazing. I felt like we were talking about some things that, like, I've always been looking for, or something that I've always wanted to get into. That vibration. And you're going to feel a vibration. It's not just about what the person is talking about. That's not it. Remember, you've got to feel it. You have to have that electrical charge while you're talking to them. Because, see, it's easy to trick you with a good conversation. Somebody can just, they can make you feel a certain type of way, and they could be lying. But as long as you're good with eye contact, if you're good with eye contact, you're good with making an assessment of people and not just so tripped out that, somebody nice looking is actually talking to you. You have to engage, and you have to engage on all levels. It has to make sense every time. It has to be a situation where, you're truly vibing and you're truly feeling the person's energy. You have to feel that person's energy. If their energy is good, you're going to feel it. And it can't just be sexual energy. People, that's one of the ways that a narc is going to get you every single time. The energy is just going to be sexual. And that's how they fool you from the very first conversation. And it's going to be sexual because that's how narcissists think. It's all about sex to them because that's how they're going to inevitably control you through sex and manipulation. If you're getting the sexual vibe from initially, you're going to feel that charge. But all I'm saying is, remember, that's sexual energy. You know when you guys are having a great conversation about, it could be about, what you do for a living. It could be about, a business move. It could be about world events, whatever. Whatever it's about. If it's something that's exciting to you and that person is excited about it, you've got to tap into their energy, and you've got to learn how to tap into energy because people are tapping into your energy. That narc is tapping into your energy. And as they feel it, they'll try to mirror, they will mirror you, but they cannot mirror your energy because energy is truth. That's truth. That's how you really feel. They cannot give you energy like that when they really don't feel it. And a narcissist is empty. They won't be able to give you that energy. They won't be able to give it. You'll be able to sit there and talk with them. Now, this is the thing. When you meet a narc, they're already going to be cutting their eyes at you. They're going to be smiling. They're going to be giving you all kinds of cues. Absolutely, they're going to be running everything they can do. Okay? The conversation, they're going to have something to say that you probably haven't heard said quite that way sometimes. They study the game. They study the game. However, it's one thing for somebody to be able to say that to you, and it's flattering when someone who you just met is telling you some nice things about how good you look, how articulate you are, how nice you dress, you might have on a nice pair of shoes, whatever. When somebody's complimenting you and they look nice, it's easy for you to just eat that up. I'm not saying be the type of person where you got to try to break everybody down and turn them in like you're lying because, some people might just actually be telling you you're very nice looking, so forth and so on. And it can be genuine. What I'm telling you is read the energy that comes from that person. Feel that energy. You have got to feel it. It has to be a transference of energy from you to that person, and it has to be back and forth, and you're going to feel it. You don't even really have to speak about it. When you're transferring energy, you really don't even have to talk because both of you are feeling it at that point. Both of you. If you've ever done this before, people will know exactly what I'm talking about. But we walk into these situations and we're looking for certain things. We're wanting certain things to happen, but it's like, we tap into them and we don't really look in deep depth of the person because we're kind of just like, okay, a lot of times we just playing stuff off. We're trying not to be overdoing it. Like we're over enthusiastic about this new person that we've met, and you don't want them to think too much too soon and stuff like that. But the thing that is most important, the one thing that's most important, people, when you're choosing a new mate, spouse, significant other, whatever, you've got to be able to tap into their energy. When you guys have an exchange, you have to feel that energy. People who are in great relationships, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Go around if you know somebody who has a great relationship, go around them and watch how they interact with one another, because they're on that frequency and they feel each other's energy. They don't have to tell each other everything, because their energy is letting them know, honey, this is, hey baby, you're looking great today, or hey baby, I was just about to say that, did you want me to do such and such? You need me to? I was just doing it. Because that's how that energy transfer, that's how it works. They're going off of each other's energy. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you're not going to feel that energy. They may look good. They may not look good. They may talk well, but they're probably not talking about anything. The narcissist, and also, that's another thing. When you meet a narcissist, that conversation most of the time is very, very superficial. That's another way to really separate them. A narc is not a deep person, people. They're just not. They are not very deep at all. Okay, they can tell you a few details about superficial issues, different superficial things. That's it. You're not going to get a crazy amount of, in-depth conversation. It's not going to be something that's just super in-depth with them. It's basically going to be stuff on the surface. It's going to be things on the surface. And again, a narcissist, when you meet them, this is another thing. When you meet a narcissist, remember this. A narcissist is not the best mannered person. It is very easy for them to do something disrespectful because they truly have no manners in the first place. So while dealing with them, remember, a narcissist is the initial conversation, they might just do something and slip up. A narcissist on the initial conversation is the kind of person that will easily glance into somebody else's eyes. They will easily, they're easily tempted by everything around them. So they will go into another person and, and it's easy for somebody else to just grab their attention. You'll find it like, wow, okay, that was odd. Or if you're having that conversation with them and you find that something happens that you feel is odd, like, yeah. If they, okay, another thing, they're not really truth tellers, so don't be surprised if they say something that you just find to be totally crazy or out of this world, in the first conversation. Because they lie. They're just natural born liars, people. Natural born liars. So I'm just saying, don't be shocked to hear some far-fetched story in the initial conversation. They are absolutely that's what they are. That's what they do. So I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys, let you guys know that, these are some of the things that you're going to see in the initial conversation. We're talking about first one, that first conversation, face to face, eye to eye. Remember, you've got to feel that energy exchange. You exchange energy with everybody that you deal with, believe it or not. It's all about your interpretation of that energy. You've got to be able to recognize when that energy is off and it's crazy. You've got to be able to recognize that, because that's what's going to happen. It's going to be right there for you. You just have to recognize it. All right. Listen, that's my video. Thanks again for all my new subscribers. Thank you, everybody. Listen, if you're not subscriber to my page, go down there and hit that subscribe button. and it'll give you, and hit the bell so you can get the alerts when I do put a new video out. Right now, I'm trying to put a video out at least every other day. Sometimes I do it one every day, but at least one every other day. I'm going to have on the community board, again, I'll have my information so that you can book a session with me. Right now, listen, people, I understand, you know, I understand it's taking me a little time to get to you guys, but, you know, I mean, you can see it. You guys know what it is. It's the vibration. It's the vibration. And my goal when I have a session with you, my goal is to heal, to help you heal. It's not to just have you keep coming back and forth with me. It's about bringing you to closure, getting you on that path where you're on your own and you're starting to do your own work, not something more so that you have to come back and talk to me every week about, you know, this and that, even though I do work with people regularly, you know, so if that's not an issue. Listen, just got a lot of new things coming up, and because this is video, I'm gonna just leave it right there because things change. Thank you again, everybody. Like, share. Most of all, please go into those comments and let us know how this has, how you agree with it, or even if you disagree with it. Thank you very much.